Game Week 6 Premier League review.
Can we just say that our predictions, especially for Saturday, were just so
Terrible.
way off.
Awful.
It's actually, how did we get it so wrong?
But then, Sunday, you were absolutely spot on with pretty much every single prediction. 2 of them 100% correct, and the other 3, also you got the result right. So
I don't know how that happened.
That was crazy. Good weekend for Man City in the end, having Arsenal and Spurs drop points, seeing Chelsea lose.
Chelsea's just Chelsea. I don't even think we give them any thought now. They're definitely not a threat to anyone.
But we'll speak about them soon. Let's start off with our first game, the 0-0 feature, Crystal Palace versus Fulham. I think a draw was a fair result. They
both had lots of chances.
A lot of chances. It was quite a fairly balanced game.
They actually should have done better, both sides.
I don't think the scoreline truly reflects the performance from both teams.
Definitely not. But that kind of shows they're on the same level. Or in that game, they were definitely on the same level. Both of them weren't as clinical. The keepers were making good saves. So I agree.
I predicted a draw. At least I got that right. I thought there would be far more goals.
I honestly thought Crystal Palace were going to win. And they could have if they were more clinical. But it's a lot of could have, should have, would have situation. You know? Luton versus Wolves ended in a 1-1 draw. I kind of thought that Wolves were going to take it.
Same. I really thought they would get the win. They did well considering they went down to 10 men. Yes, it's a red card because he lashes out.
Yes.
But I probably would do the same. I know it's not good to say, but that would have annoyed me. Trying to get your leg out and he's busy holding it back. So he pushes himself away.
Of course he's going to do that.
And because he's going in with his studs like that, it's a red.
It is a red card
unfortunate for Wolves. There were chances. Neto.
Can we just, Can we take a moment? That guy's not going to stay at Wolves.
He's been their best player this season. He's definitely not going to stay at Wolves.
Someone is going to scoop him up.
He is a really good player. And I don't know if he will last very long at Wolves.
I felt Wolves could have done better against Luton.
Good point for Luton. Still waiting for their first win. Hopefully they'll get that soon. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Man City beat Forest 2-0. And honestly, I have to talk about that game. Okay. Wow. I was super stressed out because in the first half, City were killing it. Okay. Foden's goal, not just Foden's goal. Rodri's pass to Walker's touch back, the way he fed it to Foden, I was just...
Those first 15 minutes, because you were 2-0 up last 15 minutes. It was some of the best football you guys have played.
They were killing it.
I was predicting from there like a massive scoreline. I was thinking Forest are going to be destroyed.
Them. And then, second half starts, a minute or two in, and Rodri gets a red card.
That was crazy.
Yes, Rodri gets a lot of yellows and stuff like that, and some will say he's a dirty player, but it was his reaction that shocked me.
Just not like him. It doesn't seem like him to be aggressive
so
like that.
Hot-headed as well. I mean, like when you watch it in slow motion, yes, he did put his hands...
No, it's a clear red.
It is. No argument there. He did put his hands, but you can see how quickly he realized what he was doing. He did that, took it away, but it was far too late. At that point, he already messed it up. He was sent off, and the game took a massive turning point since then. Pep had to make a lot of changes that I don't think initially were the plan.
Obviously, going 10 men down is not as easy, and it does give the opposition a chance.
Forest did not take advantage of that, which I'm really grateful for. But honestly, props to our defense, props to Edison for holding up that 2-0. It was just, I didn't expect the game to go like that.
But it was also heated. Multiple players were getting so frustrated.
I don't know what happened in the change room at halftime that all the City players came up and they were just angry. I was like, guys, let's all hold hands and sing Kumbaya and love each other, you know. But no, that was not City's vibe. So I was very, very surprised at how that game turned out.
But you gotta win. 6 games, 6 wins.
But now we're without Rodri for 3 games, which is not ideal. We're without him at the Emirates. We'll get to that eventually.
I don't think it makes much of a difference.
No,
Rodri is really important for you guys, yes, but City have far too much quality around that even without him, you'll still be able to pull good results in those 3 games.
Great stuff. But now it's time for Calvin Phillips to step up. Hey, maybe that's why this happened.
Everton then got their first win of the season away against Brentford, winning 3-1. I was shocked. We both predicted Brentford to take the win.
Definitely. And then when I was checking on the app and it was like, oh, Everton are beating Brentford, I was like, no way, what is happening?
I know like years ago you would think Everton would be a team that would do well, but based on how they've been performing currently, it just didn't seem like they would be the team to come out on top. But props to them. Good performance.
To them, 100%. And also Brentford, we expected a bit more from them. We definitely didn't expect them to lose, especially not at home, but it's back-to-back losses for them. So maybe it's a turning point for Everton. Maybe not. Only time will tell. But honestly, good for them.
Very important win for them. It takes them out of the relegation zone. So maybe from now, they'll hopefully bring some more positive results. But yeah, good win for them.
Yeah. Man United then beat Burnley 1-0. And what a goal from Bruno Fernandes.
Absolute class goal. The assist from Evans on his weaker foot, knocking it into Bruno, who hits it first time on the volley. Quality goal. Overall, the most important is to get the 3 points, and Man United managed to do that. Yes. We had to get the win. We're now in the top half of the table finally, which is positive.
Breathe a little bit now.
Obviously, it wasn't the most convincing performance. I thought we would perform a lot better than that, get a few more goals.
Yeah.
But again, the win is the most important. There's a few players I want to highlight. Of course, Johnny Evans on his return, starting for United after I don't know how many years.
For him,
he had a really good performance. It was so nice of Bruno to give his man of the match award to Evans.
I think people saw his name on the lineup.
I did,
and you were like, what is this? But honestly,
but he
good for
put
him.
in a really top performance. Showed his football intelligence, his composure, his experience. Yes, he's not the quickest, but he's a smart footballer and got a goal that was ruled out. I still think it's a little bit controversial. I don't know. These kind of calls seem to happen every game against United. It is what it is. It seems like that's the season. This season, we're just not getting calls our way. Anyways, Evans, great game. Bruno, great game as always, proving that he's meant to be the captain.
I think he's done great. He's been your best player easily. Onana made some good saves.
He did.
So he did redeem himself a bit there.
He did.
Good for him. Rashford still hasn't learned to pass.
I don't know. Rashford, for me, it's a tough conversation to have because we expect a lot more from him and he's not delivering. He's getting into good positions where he could help the team so much more by making the right decisions. In these last few weeks, even before Højlund, he's not making the right decisions.
It's very sad to see because we know the quality that Rashford can produce. I mean, look at after the World Cup last season. He was great.
He was great because he was still a selfish player, but
at least he was finishing
selfishness was turning out into goals.
So now he's being selfish and he's missing.
He's being selfish and wasteful, and he's just not looking like he's there right now. He's not looking like this Rashford. Also, in that game, we did have chances. It could have been more than 1-0.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
I know. Yeah. At the end of the day, we got the result, and that's the most important.
Honestly, good for you guys because you were all stressing.
All that matters. Arsenal versus Spurs. I think this result made Wifey happier than City beating.
Okay, I was so happy. 2-2. I predicted a draw. But
and you predicted the scoreline right.
I don't know how that happened, okay? But I'm really happy that it worked out that way. I must say, Arsenal were really good in the first half. They were on Spurs. They were pressing, not even letting them breathe, okay? But then I felt like they should have done better with their chances because first goal was an own goal from Romero. Listen, Romero had a very bad day at work, okay? He got an own goal. He then gave away the penalty. So, yeah. Anyway.
Now, again, I have a question regarding that penalty quickly. What is the difference between that penalty and the one that was not given against United with the same player, Romero, in Spurs? I just don't understand the inconsistency. I think it's a penalty.
It is a penalty.
I think it's a penalty. Yes. But then, based on consistency, you shouldn't be giving it because you didn't give the last one.
But clearly, a mistake was made, and it's just one of those things. But listen,
Spurs had a lot of chances too. I think that a draw is a fair result.
It was a very fair result.
I don't think Arsenal were the better team. I don't think Spurs were the better team.
And especially in the second half, as soon as they took Declan Rice off, as soon as they took Fabio Vieira off, Jorginho came on, Havertz came on, then Jorginho gave it away, and that's what got the goal. So, you know what? Shout out to Maddison and Son. What a pairing, because Maddison assisted both of Son's goals.
Yeah, if you had them in your FPL,
you must have some great points. But I agree with you. Very fair reflection. Very entertaining game.
Brighton took on Bournemouth and took a 3-1 win. Well, if you got a prediction spot on
result.
Again. Good win for Brighton.
Yes.
They are now sitting, third?
They are
third. They are doing so well. They are a top team right now.
I love Brighton, actually. I know that they are third, okay, which means they're actually a threat to us. But still, I'm
contenders as things stand right now.
They look so good. Also, we gotta highlight Matoma.
Yeah.
What a star. Came on for the second half. 17 seconds into the second half. Scores a beauty of a goal.
And gets a header, which was unexpected. Not something we see him do often.
And that Bournemouth goal was very scrappy. Brighton could have easily avoided that.
Really poor.
Poor situation over there.
Shame for Bournemouth because they were 1-0 up and just before half time they go and concede. It was
own goal.
Yeah, quite unfortunate. But overall, Brighton were definitely the better team and deserved the win.
Keep an eye out for them. Aston Villa beat Chelsea 1-0.
At Stamford Bridge. You predicted Chelsea would lose.
Yes,
I really thought they wouldn't.
There's nothing about that team that makes me feel confident that they're going to win games yet.
They are in a really bad place right now.
All they're doing is producing chances and they're just not clinical at all. And the chances that they're missing, yes, props to the goalkeeper a lot of the times. Martinez had a great
Very good game.
But the strikers or the wingers, they should be doing better. So, no, Chelsea, we said this every single week. They have big problems. They need to sort this out.
I really feel for Chelsea fans right now. It must be super tough for you guys.
So frustrating.
To be watching a club like Chelsea, who not even a few years back winning the Champions League. Now you can't even be in European spots.
Can't even get into the top half of the table.
It's crazy.
It's just
I
so
don't like
sad.
It. It's not nice to see Chelsea doing so bad. Obviously, I'm glad it's not my club. Well, we were there. We were in and about that Chelsea conversation.
It is a very sad situation for them. But it also shows, can I just point out, that money does not equate success.
Yeah.
Because how much money did they spend on players? And look, they're still struggling. So I know that conversation would come up a lot with City, but I just want to say that, like, they've got a lot of work to do. So
United have also spent so much money and it hasn't really come to much either. So
how long do you think Poch is gonna last? Because when do you start blaming
the manager?
It's
tough because of the fact that they basically did a full rebuild of the entire squad.
And now they need to give him time to make that rebuild work.
Yeah.
But it's just constantly changing.
If you change the manager, then it's a tough task for a new manager again, because you've got a whole squad of so many different players that are really quality.
Yeah.
And who do you play? And you'll have to go through that building phase again, and then there will be poor results in that building phase. So
they can't keep going backwards. I feel like
they almost have to stick it out with Poch right now until things start to click.
Yeah, because they did it last season where they changed managers, and it did not work. So I'm sure they're going to get this right eventually. I just think, unfortunately, Chelsea fans have to have a lot of patience right now.
Massive win for Villa.
Yeah.
They're looking good.
Crazy.
They are doing very, very well.
And they had a lot of chances as well. I think Sanchez made really good saves, that I will say, for Chelsea. But yeah, Villa, great team.
Let's move on. Liverpool then took on West Ham. We were thinking a 2-1 result. 3-1 was the final score. Both very close with our prediction. Good win for Liverpool in the end. And they've now won 5 in a row and are looking to be the ones to beat.
They are the team I am most afraid of, as they are sitting right behind City. Yeah. Maybe City pool is back again. But also, can I just say that West Ham, they should have done better. They should have been like 2-0 up already early in the first half. So I don't know. Props to Liverpool,
I think they'll be upset that they didn't get more out of that game. But
definitely.
Liverpool were the stronger team in the end and deserved the win. I think,
Mo Salah.
Salah, 12 consecutive games that he's produced either a goal or an assist. The record is 15, held by Mo Salah. Will he beat it? Time will tell, but really impressive. He's the only player to have done that now twice.
There's no reason why he won't do it again.
12 games in a row, contributing to a goal.
He's such an important player for Liverpool.
He is underrated, I actually think.
When he leaves, that's going to be a very sad day for Liverpool fans. Because he's a very big part of that team and has been for a long time.
But yeah, well done Salah, well done Liverpool. And we leave the craziest game for last. Sheffield got a hammering from Newcastle.
What just happened?
No. The craziest thing is the fact that all 8 goals were scored by 8 different players. None of them were penalties as well, all from open play. And it's the first time ever. So history was made with Newcastle.
Don't understand how that happened. Sheffield, they weren't even there. It was like there were cones on that field. Newcastle demolished them. It was insane.
Second half, the stadium just got more and more empty. And
I'm sure you guys have seen that meme of that Sheffield lady reading a book because that's way more entertaining
than watching your team get a hiding. 8-0.
That's so bad.
Yeah, great win for Newcastle. And the frustrating thing for me is we're on the same points, United and Newcastle, but their goal difference is just so much better than ours. And a result like that can really help them this season because it's going to be tight at the top for European places. So goals are important.
Very important.
And very good win for them.
I actually feel really bad for the Sheffield goalkeeper, Fotheringham, because in his previous games, he's actually been really good. Like against Spurs, he was very good. That's why I was like, this isn't going to be a high-scoring game. I do think that Newcastle were going to get the win.
Couldn't be more wrong.
I could not have predicted. I don't think anyone could have predicted 8-0.
No
8-0.
No ways. But it was a nice way to finish off the game week.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of talking points there. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on game week 6. We've got Carabao Cup coming midweek, which will be interesting to see how the teams do there. If you haven't already,
like, comment, subscribe. We've got some more content coming for you.